Open-ended conflict. False major plan is as which the degree is manifested in establishing contents of the major plan only without evidence, dependent of decoy, as like hearing about what you see, but revealing lack of circumstance proof due to majority of factor, providing a challenge to accomplish the manifest, which leads to detail, if you understand. Open-ended conflict, small plan, may be secondhand due to personal factors and personal gains that follows the plot without order, but secondarily leading characteristics and attributes in the major plan, trying to provide efficiency and value of industry demanded through matters of relative loyalty will deliver the outcome of instability outside the barriers open-ended conflict as accomplished. As being defined, the accused becomes the larger, elongated list within the pattern result of details which produce individual evidential circumstance that subsides the actual truth and accountability, and it extinguishes proof of involvement partake, creating the advantage, a loophole, regulating the method of leverage, and also arranging the process of order. This order becomes a priority that must achieve influential impact, which affects and particularizes factors within the branching of plot, as well as the securities that continue to reform and undermine proceedings in success, distinguishable of choices, faults, and conflict, conditioned by conclusions. Now, that conclusion shall become a weak link, purposefully through detail and matters of order. The lack of advantage produces a weak link failure in which falsehood has secured the impact of the influence. The endeavor, the weak, may devise a plan that contributes unwell thought out suggestions, but in another's advantage, playing into the prestige level of development, what that is already accomplished, observation seekings to proceed, direct or indirect connectivity with the influence, and when you've expected the unexpected, you understand endurance, provision in providing what is to be chosen by unparticipant selection, though the importance is darkened. The overlook, unseen control of subjective fault. Intellectual analysis is difficult when the truth is in front of your eyes. Elevation of planning rationalism equals systematic belief in seeking absolute control of how you believe in the values of disclosures, the dealing and the propositions of falsehood, allowing deliverance of potentially corrupted or corruptible sources, and the truth of plan is just business, unseen or unheard, insight targeting. What is sought? Personal use of objective, personal use of intention, naturalism of responsibilities, thus efficiency. Systematic belief, the attempt, the endeavor, the weak point in expectancy, having a criminal investment, an active target acquisition, only weakened by the course of the substitutional advantage of the standpoint which is led in clear leverage through analysis, concurrently contributing unwell thought out plans, devisements, the plain, direct or indirect connectivity of influential impact, briefly, the actual decoy resulting no profit, but the expenditure of specific resources, the main goal, precise incubation, monitoring, the furthering of the production of leverage, propositional deals within compact reasoning, etc. The position, a portion of shared partake by division of faction, systematic belief governing or commanding manipulative influence conducted in agreement, their faithfulness, choice, and holder, the criminal outrageous acts, protests, demonstrations, operational teachings, and conflictiveness resulting wielding open-ended conflict resolution, pinpointed action agreeable with record. Imitation is the concept. The result ended in endurance. Their endurance is just the range of action or activities to be of denouement. In the past, sustainability measures conflict resolve, reactions, etc. Continues. Secrecy, expansion, and target accountability with expansive longevity. The coexistence of the decoy wields profit, revenue, and expenditure throughout all branches. Standpoint, substitutional, aware, targeted. Their personnel of unaware, suspect, major plan, false major plan, false small plan, decoy, coexisting decoy, influence, open conflict. The weak link. This is the endeavor. With longevity, this becomes manageable on every level near exposure. Unwilling or willing, this is the dead zone. Absolute weakness. The dead zone becomes out of natural ability or creative advancement with properties limited in active target acquisition, a mockery systematically to the standpoint in which the beginning led to unwillingness due to subjective inserts, attributes or characteristics of particular insights that conspire constantly. Now the end partake transitions into willfulness and motive belonging to entities, participants, or etc. Relations to willing or unwilling characteristics is weakness. A structural with any weakened part, if directed, will collapse. Anything about a decoy is always fake. Partial conformity. The due conspiracy facts of consulting, the acts of violence, etc., in which appeals obviously and easily manageable and level exposure, unwillingly or willingly, or publicized. Appreciation that wills appearance of difficulty through multitudes of populations or mass groupings, multiple layers of conformity and fellowship continuously being constant, even beyond branching designation, either to the standpoint which contains value or the weak link which contains worthlessness. The fact of consulting consistency, aiming, accountability, supposition, or efficiency, the theory is remained to be determined and unseen, financial, entertained, or business disputes for order, precision, with solutions through management of particular course, with efforts to keep connections to defend intention, with all that must undermine the obvious appeal for the appearance to determine measurement of fact, to inspire reason, plans, outlooks, insight of falsehoods, insight of truth and expansions, producing advantage leverage by procedure and secrecy through the standpoint, profitable conformity, interesting, being aware as the plot happens before the truth does, makes it hard to see only as their convergency fails in collectiveness and growth, exposure, configuration, and point of accountability. What is plot theories what is plot theories consisting of other substitutional plans?